they have to grow up slow. It's like a flower. They have to take their time. And you should not give what adults are allowed to, but not the children.
Now, when you take them out, is there problems with developmental stages in their childhood and so forth? Or able to, how is this done?
What you do need a transition period, like a rehabilitation period. You cannot take a child who has been working all his life and then put him in a school like a normal school.
Mm-hmm.
You need a transition period where they learn how to play, they learn how to memorize again, and that's the goal, is that after 3 years, hopefully then they can go into the mainstream school. Or at least if they cannot go back to the mainstream school because they are not used to learning, then they can, what we are doing is teach them a skill where they can make money, work when they are 16 years old, but in better condition.
Mm-hmm.
Like being able to repair a bicycle or having a sewing machine, but they will not be exploited like they are now.
And what is the work of Sister Rita?
Sister Rita, who is the woman I met and who belonged to the Congregation of the Cross of Chavanon, he's from there, from the region. And she is the one who told me, she said, well, you say children should not work. It's easy to say, but if you remove them from the workplace, when you are gone, they will go back in some kind of work because they need the income. So her work has been to suggest that we give a cow, a dairy cow, not only to the child, but to the parents of the child who are themselves very poor. And with the income of the milk, the child reduces work and then go to her school in the evening. And that's her work.
I see. And has this been repeated in other places besides India, or?
I don't know. Her work is kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it will spread over. You have to find people who are already there, working for the children,
Mm-hmm.
either in the slum or the fields. And I think that might be the most difficult things to do, is to find people who are giving their life to their children.
Now, when you testified before Congress,
Mm-hmm.
what was the sense that you got? Were you able to hear other speakers?
Yes.
And what was the sense? Did they have the parameters of what people are working with? Not only child labor, but did they get a sense of anyone testifying against giving birth control pills to children and things like this?
No, in my testimony I testified with Kathleen Gickford, who has been accused of exploiting children herself, and then who has become herself a child advocate. And also Mr. Freeman, who is the director of the International Labour Organization, and he testified of the fact that child labor is growing. And it's something we should not close our eyes on. But that issue, the issue you mentioned, did not come up at the time.
Mm-hmm. Where, as far as the child labor growing, is this from the industrial countries also? And
well, the International Labour Organization estimates there are about between 150 million to 200 million children working in the world. Most of the children who are exploited are in Asia first, then Latin America and Africa. There are some in America, some in Europe, but not as much.
mm-hmm. So then basically it's to not only tell these people that this is wrong, but to actually get these children out, educated, and being able to live life on their own and so forth.
And the thing is that we are all affected. We are all contribute to child labor. Either as a consumer, we contribute because we may buy some clothes which have been made by children,
mm-hmm.
and we don't know about it. We contributed if some of our taxes go to international organizations who promote export industry in which children are working. And the fact is that we contribute to the growth in child labor, many of us, without even knowing about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there are small people like Sister Rita, little voice, who are doing this wonderful work, and they have to be known. So because they are part of the solution to stop this growing problem.
Now, if I go and buy clothes, and I have, I see the tag is from China or India, how would one know that that's done out of child labor?
That's the problem. You don't know. That's why some activists, which is not my project, but I know some other people are advocating having a little sign saying like it's free of child labor. So you will know that this dress or this tie is free of child labor. And that people are pushing. It's starting. I don't know if it will take place, but it's a good idea.
Well, what I find very surprising is that how much attention environmentalists receive for their causes.
That's a good point.
And the question I have is why are these people able to save seals? Which I'm not saying it's a wrong thing to do, but on the scale of ecology, I would hope that human beings are part of the environmental movement. We're able to save seals and watch out for dolphins. But why is there, it seems like we don't have this same concern for children?
It's funny because this is what I've been saying for the last 10 years. I have advocated, I wrote about articles, and I say, well, we have the environmentalists, we have a lot of money for international aid has been going to environmental projects, to women projects. But when you look for children, they are very little, and I think it's because they don't have advocates, don't have enough advocates who speak for them. There is also children don't vote, so it cannot be for local politicians. You can talk about environment in the hope of bringing some vote. You can make money of environment. You can come up with a product who say, I'm going to clean up your factory. But children, it's a lot more difficult issue.
Now, are we able to show the pictures of what Francoise found in factories? Okay, can you explain it once again, what was found there?
I went to India many times.
Would you like to, can she go over and point to them, or?
No, they're going to be on the screen.
Okay, that's fine.
I visited, as I said, the match factory in South India. And then I went, on another trip, I went to visit the log factory in Aligarh, where you see those little boys. They are seated all day. And they work in little house in terrible conditions. They have dust in their eye. They breathe the dust. They have, after a few years, they get they have skin disease. They can have TB because the work conditions are so bad.